Hi, everybody. Patrick Kirby here from Do Good Better Consulting with a very, very special guest expert training for you today. I am with a very special guest, Sawyer Anderson. Sawyer, how are you?
I'm great.
I love it. We are going to talk about fundraising in action. We talk a lot about fundraising, and you're planning to fundraise, and you'll get to it and you're fine. Or I don't know enough about fundraising. Ugh. We're going to talk to somebody who actually does it and who's been living it and who's got so many things going on, I can't even begin to describe it. So I will let Sawyer describe it. Sawyer, tell me a little bit about you.
Okay, so I'm 10 years old. My name is Sawyer Anderson. I like to act, dance. I like volleyball, basketball. I also do drums, and pretty much it.
That's a lot of things already, okay? And you like fundraising.
Yes.
That's a weird thing to like at 10 years old. So tell me how you got into fundraising. It's a very wonderful story on kind of how you got involved in the first place on fundraising, specifically for individuals in Africa for water. How'd you get started on this?
So my dad went to Africa on a business trip. Not business trip.
A trip.
Trip. Like
Love it.
Something.
Maybe a volunteer trip.
Yeah, something
Yes.
like that. I forget what they're called. And he came back and told me these stories, and I was like, this sucks, not having clean water. So one of the stories is that this little boy named Brian, same age as me, and at this time I'm 8, and he went to the well with his little sister, and she drowned. And then the next year he came back, and he goes to that well every single day, but this particular time, puff adder, it's kind of like a cobra, it's a snake, bit his arm. Luckily he did not die. He just fainted, and he's got his arm amputated.
Goodness.
So that was the final straw. I had to do something. And there's another story about this lady named Maria Mwamba. She went with her 2-year-old to the well. Kevin, why do they take their little children? This cobra this time spit venom in her eyes, and she was blinded. And her little 2-year-old had to take her all the way home. And then when she got home, her husband left her and said that she's worthless because she's blind. And that all happens just because they don't have clean water.
So you hear these stories about Brian, and you hear all the stories, so you decide that you need to do something.
I needed to do something.
What was your something? What was your first something?
So my grandma was having a garage sale, pretty easy, and I sold some cookies and
It's a
some
great idea.
And I wanted to help out those needs, and so Wellspring, the business that my dad went with,
So they kind of helped you out?
They worked on this.
Yeah.
They work on building wells and stuff.
Sure.
And I was like, I'm gonna donate to there.
Great idea.
So my goal was $50. That is clean water for one person for life.
$50, one person. That's a goal to selling cookies at Grandma's garage sale.
Yep.
It's a good goal.
Yes, and
How much you end up raising, though?
way more than 50.
But how much is way more, Sawyer?
I don't know.
Is
not
it
good enough.
$5,000?
Probably.
That's the rumor, $5,000. So you sell 81 dozen cookies. You make $5,000 for a charity that you picked out because you were moved by the story. Are we tracking here, nonprofiteers? Right? And you donate $5,000, but you said, nay, that's not enough, did you? So how did you get in? So now you sold cookies. And now what?
So the 2 stories you just heard,
Yep.
We posted them on Facebook. Well, my dad did because I don't have Facebook.
Smart.
And it blew up. People asked for cookies and sent money, and then people just started sending money, just money. No cookies, and my grandma got tired, so we needed some friends to help, and it was just going, and I was like, I need to do something else. So
as a 9-year-old, right? Or are you still 8 at this time?
I'm still 8 at this time.
Still 8 at this time, and needs to do more.
Yes.
Please continue.
So with my church, Hope Lutheran, we got this idea to make shitange bags.
What's a shitange bag?
So this beautiful thing right here is a shitange bag.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shitange is a fabric, a material that they always use as head wraps, blankets, baby carriers, and these beautiful bags.
Look at that. So you sold these?
Well, these nice ladies at the church, they sold them, and the children's ministry designed them and sold them.
So you partnered with other people to make a vision and dream come true.
Yes.
You made bags. You got other people, volunteers involved, all over a story or two that you heard that you could make a massive impact. You already sold cookies. Now you sold bags. How much money did you raise selling bags?
Oh.
I have it in my notes here as $21,000.
I'm not good at math, so thank you.
I'm being told that is absolutely correct. In $21,000, including one bag, the original bag,
which I sold at the Wine to Water auction event that Wellspring and World Vision put up.
For how much?
$6,000. I'm sorry,
say again.
$6,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, I designed it and sewed it all by myself.
So we're going to back up because we need to add bag designer and bag maker to your laundry list of accomplishments that we started at the beginning. Okay, that's nice. So $21,000 in bag sales, $5,000 worth of cookie sales. We're at $26,000, and you yet again, at the age of 9?
9 now.
Said, nay, I need to do more.
Yes.
So now what do you do?
So now I'm asked to talk some places.
Yes.
I get interviewed. Kevin Walvin interviewed me.
Yes.
I talk some other places at my grandparents' church.
Yes.
And then some people bought some bags.
Yep.
And they said, okay, Sawyer, we don't need all these bags. We just did it for a good cause. Go find a good charity that you can donate these to. And I'm like,
love it.
Okay, what? So my dad listed off some places, and I was like, how about the Jeremiah program?
That's a great one.
So I gave these bags to the nice ladies there, and I talked about my story, and this nice lady, Koya, she's actually in the room right now with me. Hi, Koya. She said, I have an idea for you. Would you like to work with me? I have another business, and would you like to make a book? And I'm like,
I'm sorry, what?
A book. And I'm like,
book.
Are you hallucinating?
That would be yes, that would be a question. Yes, all right.
I know.
And yet, a book.
I know. I'm like 10 years old right now. No, not even. I'm still 9.
Still 9 in this story.
Like 3 months till I'm 10.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, sure. And so that's how this book came to be.
Waterworks.
Waterworks.
So you wrote
and illustrated.
Because
I asked Koya if I could illustrate this, showed her some of my pictures, and she said sure, and that was my favorite part.
Perfect. So you are now an illustrator. It's now artist, illustrator, writer to the list if we're keeping track at home. This is now number 56. Okay? Not 10 yet. You decide to write a book. And what's the book about?
It's about my story that I just recapped right now.
Perfect. Now it just is the bridge building. Now there is a line in here that I want to recite. I'm not going to make you read it.
Okay.
You won't be embarrassed. But I like this.
Anyway.
Yep, no, it's fine. That's very true. You wouldn't. But there is a line in here of, let's see here. I think it was, where is it? You have to say
it's in,
right.
This,
this one?
What?
Keep going.
It's this page.
It is this
page.
What can I do? I'm just a kid.
That's what I said to myself before I started any of this.
What can I do? I'm just a kid. And yet, here's what you did. sold cookies for $5,000, sold bags for $22,000. We sold and wrote and illustrated a book to make massive impact for those in a country that you have yet not to visit, right? You've not visited Africa.
Nope.
You have not met any of these people. You have
I have one.
You have?
His name was Wilfred.
Wilfred?
That's what I named the bag that sold for $6,000.
So they're Wilfred branded bags?
Yes, the Wilfred
Smart.
bag.
I love that. So, but you're doing this because you know you're making massive impact and you know that this is. So if I buy a book, how much is this book? Okay,
so this book is $9.99. If you want a penny back, it's $10.
You don't want a penny back. $9.99.
So $10, pretty much.
Yep.
So I developed this thing called elevator pitch.
You should give an elevator pitch on why we should buy this book.
So my dad said, while we were selling the bags, he said, you need an elevator pitch. And I'm like, what is that? And he's like...
Because you find yourself in an elevator a lot, right?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Okay, all right.
At my old school, there was like an elevator that got up to the second floor.
Perfect. So how you give me an elevator pitch on why I should buy Waterworks.
So here's an elevator pitch.
Okay.
So let's pretend you're in the elevator with me, and I need to tell you my business pitch in that short amount of time.
Love it. Floor 2, please. Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
This is my elevator pitch.
I love it.
One book, one life. Save a life with every book. That's an offer you can't refuse. So buy a book and save a life. $9.99.
You really can't beat that. That's amazing. So the books are $9.99. You're gonna instantly somebody is matching this.
Okay, so Wellspring matches that
every book.
That $9.99.
Yep.
aka $10, and it gets bigger, and then World Vision triples it.
They triple match it.
Yes.
So then one book after a match and then a triple match equals
$50. Clean water for one person for life, which was my goal at the beginning.
This comes full circle and it says a bunch of things. One, a really good story makes massive impact across a number of platforms. If you don't think that you can tell a great story, a 10-year-old who is enthusiastic about it tells a fantastic story. People love to help and make impact happen by just sharing your enthusiasm. As you can see, she's not enthusiastic at all about what, no, this is, I don't even like, this is awkward, totally. So here's the thing. So you know you need to tell a good story. You know you need to make impact. You know you have to be enthusiastic about it. And if a 10-year-old can do what she has done, and adults in the nonprofit industry can equally make wonderful, wonderful impact. And I'm gonna buy many a copies here. Now, how do we get this? Let's say some people are looking at this and they're saying, I need to help. How do I get this book?
How do I get this thing?
It's a great question.
Okay, so it's selling at Zambros.
That's a local bookstore in Fargo, right?
In Fargo, yep. And online too.
What address is online?
WaterworksSEA.com. And if you're wondering what the SEA means, aka it spells C.
Yep.
It's actually my initials and my sister's initials. And why would it be my sister's initials? Well, because the main character in the book is named Sloan, and my sister's name is Sloan.
It's brilliant.
Exactly.
This has been one of my favorite trainings, is that if we can bring somebody like Sawyer on to explain to you, those in the nonprofit world, that you can do this work. Prime example right here. So get your rear ends to waterworkssea.com. You pay your $9.99 and give them the dang penny, for goodness sakes. It's going to be matched, and then it's going to be triple matched to $50, and that saves one life, one person with water for the rest of their life.
Clean water for one person for life. And these people have never had clean water in their life. Dirty water from a well that's just dirt and ground.
So if you don't think you can make an impact, or you don't think that the small gift that you get at your nonprofit is going to make a difference, nope, it does.
It definitely does.
Thanks so much for being my guest.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to go buy a whole bunch of these books now, and I will see you later. Sawyer, thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank you.
You're the best. All right, bye.
Bye.